Pardons. The Huckabee campaign has been raising the case of a young man from Massachusetts who's an Iraq War veteran, can't become a police officer because of an assault conviction. He's 13 years old or shooting somebody with a BB gun. The board recommended it, you didn't grant it. Is that because of the guidelines?
Yes.
Okay, well, is that not being excessively inflexible? Here's a case of an inmate who's clearly served his country and wants to serve his country more. You can't do that.
The guidelines were very specific with regards to people who've been involved in gun infractions and violated the law with a firearm, who were then seeking a pardon for the purpose of obtaining a firearm. And our guidelines prohibited that circumstance. It's something which, of course, I could look at in a specific circumstance. But my desire was to make sure that I erred in the side of protecting the public. And I guess if I were Governor Huckabee, I don't know that I'd be raising the issue of commutations and pardons. A record of 1,033 pardons and commutations, and so far as I know, without any guidelines, simply done on the basis of what he may have thought was appropriate, is not a process which should be pursued nationally. For instance, I can't imagine a circumstance under which I would pardon and release from prison a person who'd been convicted on multiple accounts of drunk driving. That is something which I would find very difficult to do. Likewise, 12 murderers being pardoned, that is something I would also find very difficult to do. That's why we have guidelines and why we follow those guidelines. And as President of the United States, I think it's important that we recognize the suffering of the families of victims. We also recognize the importance of following the decision of a jury, and only in the most unusual circumstances would we consider overturning the verdict of a jury, overturning the sentence handed down by a judge who actually listened to all the evidence, and instead letting someone free or pardoning them. And for that reason, we followed the course I did, and as president, I will likewise follow such a policy.